Hey folks, this is a video for Tango for Four. This is written by Lou Ward, the person who arranged the Hall of the Mountain King. Anyway, this is guitar one. And so a few things. First of all, the fingerings are, I'm playing exactly as he's asked in the score. And you might find that's going to change. Either, Sean's going to change it within the rehearsal, or just to accommodate maybe an easier way of playing things, because there are some articulations here which are slurs. I do not believe they're phrase markings. I'm going to look at them as if they were slurs, and slurs oftentimes are the hardest things to articulate. Sometimes they don't come out strong enough, and so sometimes you have to restrike the string in an ensemble situation so that it projects, especially if you're guitar one with most of the melodic work. Anyway, I'm going to go over where everything happens to be, just to make sure that you're looking at the score the same way that I am. Now, in the beginning, you wait out because there's this, there's this percussion going on. So anyway, guitar one, you are basically in 7th position here. It's an E minor position. Okay, and then you do have this very curious triplet, which is a tango kind of a rhythm. It goes 1 and sort of da-da-da. Those are triplets, da-da-da. So let's stay in the key. Anyway, so you have 1 and 2 and 3 trip. That is your the pickup. And for me, I'm playing a lot of these. I'm playing those rest strokes, but maybe free strokes are going to still work for you. I usually like to bring out a melody as much as possible by playing rest stroke. Okay. Now, once you get to that measure where there's a repeat sign, and do note that there's a segno sign there too. Okay, so that means somewhere in the music you're going to be returning back to that same spot. Quite often you'll see music that does that. There's a repeated section. You go further into like a C section, and then you come back to the segno, which is the same as the beginning of the repeat. So at the beginning of the repeat, we do have sort of a tango rhythm. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's those first 3 measures there. And fingered exactly where I did it. And now I'm playing those as slurs. That's what I see indicated in the music, okay? I always try to play exactly what the composer asks first before I get a shot at playing it and seeing what it sounds like in performance or at a rehearsal. Just as a little bit of a historical perspective, when I did the Segovia Masterclass and I did the Chacon, that piece for him, I was playing his transcription of it from 1921. And he said that when he did that, he hadn't played in really large halls yet. And so he wanted to take away some of those slurs that he had in the music, and that they should be articulated instead. So instead of playing something like this slur, he would say, play it. Interesting. So, and that happens after you experiment with a piece of music. Anyway, I'm playing it the way the music tells me to, which is always what you do first. Okay. All right. So now measure 12. It is the same pickup, right? But instead of going here, it goes there and up the neck with a glissando sound up to the E. And that line going to a smaller grace note means exactly that. You're taking the note, gliss, sliding, and then hitting the note once you get there. And then they're telling you to stay in this position by having you play on the second string the C to the B, and that's a slur. It's a pull off there. And then you stay on that second string to play G to F sharp, and that's indicated as a slur too. And then open. Everything else is in first position here, okay? So I'm going to play the part from 12. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, and with the metronome, when I do it with the metronome, you'll hear it a little bit more clearly. But anyway, the glisp could have been a little bit better. So that's what you want for those notes there. Again, you might end up doing this. Okay, that might happen too. Anyway, those are the fingerings, and I'm playing them exactly where they're supposed to be. The next time he does this, he doesn't go back to the B here. He actually goes to the B here. Second string, 12th fret, and he goes up to a B to an F sharp. Okay, and then this kind of syncopation. Okay, and then you stay in the 12th position here, or rather, this is like a 10th position. Second string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there's a harmonic right at the end on the and of 4. So a lot of these ands on the ends of phrases. And then at measure 20, the end of the phrase. So it's 3 E, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay. So let me do it from measure 16 all the way to 21. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, that's it. And then at the very end of measure 21, 22, 23, we have on the and of 2, 1 and 2, this chromatic line. And he's starting on the 4th finger on first string, D. And then he's doing the A sharp on the 2nd string, which is going to be on the 11th fret, ending up on A natural on the 10th fret. Okay, so I'm going to play all the way from the repeat sign. Let me get my metronome going here. Okay, so we have that as a reference. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the metronome on. I have it at 75. The piece is supposed to be at 110, but 75 is good, decent tempo for now. Anyway, I'm going to do the pickup to the repeat sign where the segno is as well. Okay, so that's the part that goes repeat sign. Okay, and I'm going to play it all the way through to the first ending. Okay, and the first ending, of course, will repeat the entire thing. Okay, so here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1. Repeat. There you go. Okay, so that's the main melody, which of course guitar 1 is doing, and you're going to go back to that at the segno. Now in this next section, after the second ending, interesting, it has you playing chords. So there's an A minor chord here, right? And so you play the chord, and then it has an indication for a tap. And when I read it, it said tap the face of the guitar just below the 12th fret. So they're talking about the 12th fret here, and they're not saying, you know, tap it on the fret itself, but to tap it over here. Now, my guess is that you know, you're doing the tapping with your right hand because that's a whole note chord. So you can't go. You can't do that. So you have to play the chord and then get your hand over there. That's why I find it kind of strange. It says tap face of guitar just below. Here's below, right? You could do it here too. So you can go, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you could do it here. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I were going to tap down below, then the chord that I would play would be with my thumb. I'd be just sitting there with my thumb going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for every chord. But if I'm going to pluck the strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I would do. So it seems to me it's more practical to play with the thumb because you're right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can kind of keep your hand in place, ready to do the percussion, okay? So that's the way I'm going to do it in the recording. All right. So you've got an A minor chord. You have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You're always doing the tap on 2 and on 4. Then you've got another chord. It's going to be a diminished chord. A diminished. Okay. Same thing. Tap and 3, 4. Your next chord is going to be an E minor chord, and that's played right here. Good fingerings. G, B, E, G. Same percussion. Then you're going to play a G sharp diminished. It's the same thing. These are all fully diminished chords. Okay, it's the same as this one. Just down 1/2 step. The next chord is going to be an A minor 7 with a 7 in the bass. The G is here. G, C, E, A. Chord following it, back up to the A diminished. And then at measure 32, G major 7. Okay, G, B, D, F sharp. And then following that at measure 33, you have D7 in first inversion. Oh no, it's not. It's a F sharp diminished. Okay, it's a F sharp diminished. Again, the same configuration chord here. Okay, and then following that you have an E dominant 7. Now this time you have to go chord, tap, and chord, tap. So you have to do chord, tap, tap, chord, tap. You gotta get there quick. 1, tap, chord, tap. Actually, it's the E7, sorry. So chord, tap, chord, tap. Okay, and then it's back to the A minor 7 with the G in the bass. And then it's going to be a D sharp diminished. All of these fingerings are actually very good and logical. And then 36, E minor. 37, E major. You're adding the G sharp to it. Back to A minor 7 with a G in the bass. and then to D sharp, fully diminished. Okay, so a lot of diminished chords. And then it has you do the pickup again. And then you go to the segno, which is okay. Now, you're going to go through that whole piece until it says to coda, which comes after this. 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, and your chord is this. It's an E9. It has a D in it. It's the 7th, and it has the F sharp in it. And it's supposed to be piano, so probably like that, okay? And I would bar it for sure. He's got the fingering as 1, 3. He's got the fingering as 1, 3, 4, 2. That's very strange fingering. If you want to finger it that way, be my guest. But for me, I would bar, and then I put the B with the 3rd finger, D with the 2nd finger, and the F sharp is already in the bar. And I've got it all. Okay? All right. So next, I'm going to attach a video of me playing through the whole thing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, here is a run through of all of Guitar 1, Tango for 4. I'm putting the metronome at 72. So it's moderate, you know, it's not supremely fast. Now I'm going to observe everything, the repeats, the segno, and the coda. Okay, all right. Of course, we have 7 measures of rest. So you know what? I guess I'll go ahead and count them, okay? So that you know to come in on that 8th measure. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. 2, 3, 4, 1. 24. Repeat. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. Second ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 3, 4. 4. 2, DS. 2. Do the coda. Coda is 1, 2, 3, 4 chord. Okay, that's it. It's really a quiet little beautiful chord. It's part of that E9. Okay, I hope that's helpful for you as far as the form and something to play along with. I always like to play along with a piece of music, or rather play the piece through at a slow tempo, but all the way through perfectly well. And then when we speed it up, your fingers already know where to go. So I hope that this lesson will be helpful to you. Okay? All right. Good luck with it.